Many thanks for staying again on your first agricultural television station. The program is Aqua Farming. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, this is a program dedicated to making sure we go into farming things that stay in the water. Talking about fish, shrimps, crabs, crocodiles, whatever it is, you can actually go into that very lucrative business. That way, we as a nation can be able to create employment and bridge that gap that has to do with a lot of things that are imported into this very country. And there is a need why we must go into agriculture because Nigeria's population is rising by the day. It's obviously obvious that if you don't pick up farming as the way out or the bailout system, believe me, we will end up being hungry and thereabout causing serious insecurity. Left for the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration, as soon as he came on board, he declared state of emergency in the agricultural system. And that is to say, there is a need why we must embrace fish. Why we must embrace farming. And today on the program, we'll be talking about fish farming generally. But then again, we have none other to talk about that but Honorable Lady Perpetua Nkechoka for SLM, the chairman of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Abuja chapter. Again, you're welcome to the studio, ma'am.
Thank you, Joshua. It's a pleasure meeting you and your team again.
All right. Well, today on the program, we'll be looking at the importance of fish farming as we work towards nutrition and food security in Nigeria. Importance of fish farming as we work towards nutrition and food security in Nigeria. You know, fish farming or fish in general has actually contributed a lot to protein in Nigeria. You know, it was so discovering and heartbreaking to find out that the beans Nigerians have been seeing as the major source of protein. In fact, beans is not proteinous as we thought, but rather fish is the most affordable protein that a common man can actually afford. Before, say crayfish or whatever it is has to do with fish. So how can we use fish, or how can we attain food security in fish?
Yeah, why I said before, initially in the villages, even in the cities, we see fish as meat for common man. That even if you cannot afford other proteinous source, like other meats, with your 500 you go for fish. But today, the story has changed. That fish is no more food for common man. And I want to let you know, we're talking about the importance of fish as we work towards food and nutrition secure nation. You know, when you are discussing about food security, you're talking about getting the food in available means, it's available always, affordable way, and the food should be balanced to make it
well secured.
Secured. You cannot say when you are food secure because you have a lot of cassava you are eating by in the morning, you eat yam in the afternoon, you eat rice in the evening. You say because you are not hungry, you are food secure. My brother Nobia. So, when we are talking about the importance of fish farming as we work towards food and nutrition secure nation, we are talking about how can fish incorporate, become that fish it used to be that every common Nigeria can afford. How can it be? And when you think about it, at least, if that woman in the village, that girl in the village cannot afford to buy other big source like liver, like other things, the person can afford at least preparing me to have fish. One man say, at least there's gallop. Something should die inside. At least if another thing cannot die inside the soup, fish should die. But today, fish is not dying again.
It's very much alive.
Because
it takes huge amount of money to kill it.
Because of the price. It's only your money that will kill the fish to die inside your soup. You can't just die. So, you remember when we were discussing about why youths and women should go into fish farming. It buys to help in making the food secure a reality. And food is not secure when it is not nutritious. So, fish actually will contribute to the achievement of nutrition and food security. But, is it possible if there is no way we can produce in our own way?
All right. You see, before now, I will tell you that fish, we can say we attain food security in fish. Because with 50 or even 70 naira, you can literally afford the shower.
Yeah.
You know, the shower we call
Yeah,
the shower, or even the mangalas.
Yes.
Then 15 naira and their likes.
Thank God.
Today is different. How did we get here?
Thank God you say before now. You know, when I started, when you say fish was, I say thank God use was. I say fish was the meat for common man. That at least no matter what, how difficult it is, you are hoping that fish must die. But because it boils out on the challenges facing farmers in Nigeria. Now, look at fuel. Fuel is a general problem. And when the price of transportation increases, price of every other thing in the market increases. Go to the market and ask the fish seller, why is the fish, how much is this fish? He said 3,000. Hey, this fish was 500. He said that was, he will even quote who was on power or in power during the time that you used to buy it 500. Say a fish farmer, a fish seller will remind you the transportation. He will remind you the feed the producer is using, and every other thing. And those even using the one we're importing, like Titus, sardine, and the rest, they will tell you the dollar rate. Even the fish we are producing, they will tell you the dollar rate. I don't know why every of our thing boils towards the dollar. Everything they're telling you is rocketing because of dollar. Can't we make our own naira valuable? That our life will be more value? Can we just depend only on dollar? Even Ghana money and other people money now are more valuable than our own. How do we get there? I may not answer that question because it is the song of every Nigerian. How do we get there? But God knows how we get there. And there are people who made us to get there. So I believe when we decide to do things right and stop using that the reason you are giving a contract to this is because it's related with you. Even if you cannot do the job well, make it be saying that your family benefits. When we work for Nigeria and not for selfish interests of ourselves, to enrich ourselves more. Look at all type of taxes. People are graduated from universities, no job. And you are imposing all manner of taxes on them. Now they say, if you want to open an account, you'll be paying tax. Nobody gave you a job. They don't know whether you are parking dustbin on the road, but you will be paying them tax. We are living where the poor are getting poorer, the rich are getting richer. So I believe there is something wrong somewhere.
Okay.
We are not telling ourselves the truth from the top to the bottom.
All right. I want to still ask, the Nigerian catfish is one of the best and sweetest in the world. Yeah. And up to now, I don't think we still export that very commodity. And even if we do, I think there is a particular heterobankus, they call it in, I think in Hausa, Giwonwa is the only one that will officially do export sometimes out of this country. How can we be able to attain that level that we can efficiently export like we export yam? We know Nigerian yam is everywhere in the world. But now,
but what I'm saying about exporting our fish,
catfish.
You know, sometimes we place embargo, we place some laws that will be against us. And forgetting that is why I told you that they should know that farmers should be looking healthy, because they are the key holder to food security. So if farmers are the key holder, the government and all it takes, in collaboration with the farmers, should exploit all avenue that will make them to meet the other country nation standard. You know, during my speech I said we want to make FCT farmers to compete with other farmers in the rest of the world. We will study and know those things. You know, every export have its own law. There is guiding principle for you to export every product, not only in Nigeria and other countries. We should learn. This is what I'm farming fish. What are the prerequisites for me to export my fish? All those things, if you know them as a fish farmer, you work to meet the standard. To avoid it being our beans that went overseas and it was rejected. You understand? So, there is a guiding principle of every agricultural commodity to be exported. So the fish farmers also, we go, learn all those things. From here to here, what is the requirement for me to reach here? To cross here to here, what is the requirement? I believe if we meet the standard to export, we will not be prevented from exporting. But maybe there is some embargo or laws or whatever that is depriving us to get to the right goal we set. I believe if we are farming and exporting, our youth will be even more happy to venture into that, because you'll be answering exporter, CEO of a fish, a maker fish farm, exporter and importer. You know, that makes the youth feel okay, and plan to invest more. So I believe we should study all those things that are those limiting factors that are preventing us from studying, exporting. Then we overcome it and we can export as we are exporting other things.
Okay. Well, Honorable, I want to ask now, how can the Minister of Agriculture now come to your association and empower fish farming farmers? Because I believe as a body, you have multiple people under you. Like when we went to your exhibition, or rather the All Farmers Day celebration, we saw grass cutter, we saw rabbit, we saw fish. We saw fish, we saw duck, and the rest. Now let's talk about the fish arm. Those people who are into fish farming. How can they empower you? Is it with input or with money? How can they make it efficient so that Abuja will end up quoting that issue of bringing in fish into Abuja?
Joshua, thank you very much. If the voice of today will be heard, I will appreciate. You know, our Farmers Association of Nigeria, as the umbrella body of farmers, as Farmers Association of Nigeria, forgetting the fact that some people think they can just answer any name, do anything, but if we believe in what President Obasanjo did, bringing different farmers associations together to make them all farmers. This name came during Obasanjo regime. Different associations were called on, and they had a memorandum. They agreed that they should come under one umbrella. If we go by that, fish farmers, as you can see them that day, those people, they did not bring those fish from the markets. They brought it from the farm. I believe if they support them with input, but there is one thing we should understand. Sometimes government will say we are not giving the farmers money. We want to give them input. There are areas they need fund to facilitate some activities. Yes. They are saying that there's something that we want to occur in the farm, that they will need fund to rescue those situations rightly. So it will be wise if you are to empower our farmers. What I owe the government as the farmers leader, as the chairman of our farm, is to gather the data of our fish farmers in FCT. What I will do, Coordinator Buhari, bring me the real fish farmers. I don't work with people who answer farmers or not. If I should be a farmer in the field, even if I employ people to do the farming for me, I visit there every time. Sometimes I will join in pulling the grasses and the rest. You should be a real fish farmer that will know your farm. Bring me the data of fish farmers in Buhari. Coordinator Abaji, do same. I have my coordinators. We have Alpha Constitution Grant, 11-man working committee in every local government. And you know, in FCT level, we work on area councils. That area council, the 6 area council, we have 11-man working committee. And my vice, the way I have vice deputy chairman, and I have vice chairman arable crop, vice chairman livestock, vice chairman tree crops. So they have it in area council, as we have it in the central level. So, Coordinator Abaji, go to Abaji. I'm visiting Abaji this so day. I want us to visit the fish farmers. I want to inspect their farms. We want to submit their list to the government for empowerment. I will say, if we gather those data and present, if they're empowering them, they should power them with input, necessary input for fish farming. But they should not forget to back it up with some funds in case of eventuality.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to now is a little bit of digression. Yeah. Yesterday was World Food Day. Yeah. Your association was at Buhari. Your association was at the walk. Your association was at the park, the park to address people. Yeah. You know, we just want to ask, what are your plans to keep on running, not until there is an event like the All Farmers Celebration? Then we see the farmers, they gather, there is this approach, they call glig glig bang bang. Okay, let's come together, let's make this happen. After whatever what disperses, next day it's this. Now, what is the plan in role so that we can have the people properly engaged all year round? We know that the present government is talking about farming all year round. No more dry season, rainy season. Okay, we're approaching the rest. What is the association doing to still see that farmers are quite engaged in the period where raining season is actually off?
Mr. Joshua, I believe, you don't have a copy of my speech during our Farmers Day.
Yeah, I do.
You do? Go back to it. I said what we want to let people know is that farmers exist in Abuja FCT. We didn't just, Abuja FCT is not Metama, Sokora, and Wuse or alone. There are interior villages where farming is the only source of livelihood. So our plan is part of the speech. Go back and read the speech. You will see where I said that the assistance we are seeking is not just to do our Farmers Day, but if we are able to get resources available, we are going to establish food and feed processing industry to create job for our members. And also I said, as we are approaching dry season, yesterday when I was making my speech during the briefing, I said agricultural production should not be a seasonal thing. It should be continual process all year round production. It's part of the speech I made yesterday at the park there. That they shouldn't say this is dry season, this is rainy season and the rest. As agriculturists, by my survey, it's few farmers that practice irrigation farming. And the irrigation farming is with their own limitations, no support. I believe Nigeria, if the government of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu should take it as mandate that yes, we want production all year round, and the farmers are equipped and supported, they will produce all year round. After FCT, when we started planning our Farmers Day, I visited there. We didn't have a sponsor. There's no single association that we say we initiated the plan for them. We initiated it because we said if they cannot celebrate us, we will celebrate ourselves. If they don't know that we exist, we will tell them that we are existing. And at least you can see that they have noticed our existence. Yeah. You see what happened in Buhari, the Minister of State coming to Buhari to dine and wine with us. And you see what happened yesterday when I was carrying my basket on my head. The joy had no bound because I was feeling on top of the world. Farmers doing it, joining the there's classes. They see farmers as less class people, but being with the people that they may see as the high class, it was an honor. So, Afan FCT under my leadership until we had over is not one-stop shop that they do and they say it's not a barrier of somebody who don't have child. Afan FCT, we have come to stay. Whether government is helping us, agencies are helping us. I thank God, FAO, the type of support that proved for us during that our Farmers Day. I was like, this is the reason why they said you must call your name before it's written. Naik was there. They promised they are going to give us something. We're still expecting them. There's another insurance company that was there. They said they will give us something. OFAB were there for us. Dr. Rose Gidado was there the first day. The second day, she will come first, go last. That was the day I noticed her passion with the grassroots farmers. She sat from the beginning to the end. NAFDA. And they sent us their support. Because they noticed all what I was doing there, we were on debt. Even now I'm still having some indebtedness to repay. But I'm not shaking because I know. I told God I'm an upcomer. And I want the world to know that even if you are not remembered, you should remember yourself. So when those people gather, they saw what was happening. I told Anabda, if you have any support to give to us, don't wait till Don Kingdom come, because even all the canopy and some of the food we later shared, some have not been covered. They said, don't worry. They come to our aid immediately, give us the support they want to give, and we settle some of all those debts. I cannot thank NAFDA enough. I hold them that indebtedness of saying it, that they actually made us to know that they have the grassroots farmers at heart. You understand? So Afan FCT has come to start. As far as I lead Afan FCT, until we hand over, will become S official. I will support whoever will be there to make sure that our programs progresses. As we are ending this Farmers Day, what food ended yesterday. The next thing I am placing on the platform today, we have our platform. Farmer from the whole area council, we are there.
Okay.
So I will place there now. I want to start collecting data of our people who are practicing irrigation farming, dry season farming. Okay. If I collect that data, I will now write a proposal to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. I write to FAO. They will need support to ensure farmers in FCT. We don't have dry season, we don't have rainy season. If the land is there, we will farm all year round.
All right. Left to me here, I will advise you embark on Farmers Day celebration in dry season. Farmers Day celebration in dry season. So that one we just celebrate farmers strictly who are people who farm during dry season. Okay. So now your last words to Abuja chapter of All Farmers Association, fish farmers now per se.
Okay.
What are you going to say to them that is going to keep their hope alive?
And you can remember that our Farmers Day was to usher every other government stakeholders interested in agriculture, NGOs, other relevant stakeholders and agencies into the World Food Day. You know, we said empowering FCT farmers for sustainable growth towards nutrition and food security, in order to usher every other relevant agencies in Nigeria into this year's Farmers Day, World Food Day. We did that Farmers Day in preparation for World Food Day, which was yesterday. Now, what you said is a very good one. You know, the plan we have and what we stated in our message, I cannot overlook that message. It originated from me. It's my intellectual property. What I put there and shared with my executive and it was adopted to be presented was what I hope, if it's done, farmers in FCT will smile. Not only farmers in FCT, if it is, you know, when we are doing research, as a researcher I am, we will say part of our recommendation is that this should be replicated in other areas. And any area that there is deficiency, more research should be carried on. So, what I'm saying in essence is this. Having dry season Farmers Day will be a good one, but that we will seek support to do it. Remember, this our Farmers Day now is an annual event. We have taken it that FCT farm must be ushering the world into World Food Day every year. So Joshua started seeking support for me, so that next year we will do it in a big way. Yeah. People that come there, we know they are attending farmers.
It can be in the form of a carnival.
Yes, we will do it in a big way. You see that we served masa, we served other things, potato and the rest. Next year we will serve our masa, serve other things. We will still eat better other things if we have support. So it is continuous. Okay. If we can be having two celebrations, farmers need to be celebrated every day now. Yeah. Not only 2,000.
There's no reason why I was talking about the dry season
farming. So if I get support, I can even be celebrating my farmers every day.
Yes, because for me, I feel you must make sure you share swallow this time around, because the cameraman behind there likes swallow a lot. So maybe they will share Aqua and the rest.
That will be possible, and you know what we can do. Not what I can do, because what we can do. Afan FCT, we are a team. We work like a family. You see me and my group yesterday during the work. You see how we are running, and you know the joy of this Afan FCT. I said any group I will lead, I will remove discrimination of religion and tribe. No matter the religion you are practicing, Muslim, Christian, traditional worshippers, we are one big family. As united. United in making food.
Soil does not know religion.
Hunger self doesn't know religion.
All right, and hunger doesn't know religion, from the words of Honorable Perpetua Kafo, LSM, the chairman of
All Farmers Association of Nigeria, FCT chapter.
All right. On that note, we come to the end of this episode of the program Aqua Farming, where we looked at the topic importance of fish farming as we work towards nutrition and food security in Nigeria. My name remains Joshua Shire. Bye for now.